Yo, good morning. I am currently at Pearson Airport. As you can see from the title, we are on our way to Vancouver. We're going to be there for about 4 or 5 days, so from Wednesday all the way to Sunday. It's going to be a super fun time, a blast for sure. Carolyn and I have a list of things in our itinerary to do, so we're very much so looking forward to that. I guess we're just going to take you along with us, so come for the ride. So for today, we're going to be taking the AC 185, leaving to Vancouver at 7:30 in the morning. We actually got here around 5 o'clock or 5:10ish, and then security was super fast because we did pre-check-in, so I don't think we're going to experience any more issues because we're inside the terminal already, so we just gotta wait and see. Okay, so this right here is the area of which we have to go to. Then over here is where we need to stay, and that is where we need to go. Hello. So we just got inside the plane now. Apparently the plane is half full, I believe, right?
Yes, that's what the flight attendant told us. He was like, you guys can enjoy yourself.
That's probably the best news we heard all day, so we might have this open seat available for us, so extra legroom, definitely good for sure. Okay, yo, so we just arrived at YVR and we're on our way to the train. Let me show you. Okay, so taking this train, we're gonna meet up with my cousin at her place and go from there. Alright, so we have safely arrived at my cousin's house here in Vancouver. Vancouver's definitely lit for sure, don't you think?
Yeah.
We arrived at a place called Ready Blends Coffee, as you can see here. And what did you order?
I got the matcha tea latte with soy milk.
Nice.
Order at Starbucks.
Yeah, and that's always tasty and always provides. And I obviously got the Americano, so are you ready to try? Awesome.
Matcha is strong. I like it.
Okay, on a note, we like the drinks and we're going to continue to drink it and we'll get back to you guys. Okay, so upon arrival to Vancouver, Carolyn actually compiled a list of different restaurants and eateries that we had to try while we're in the city. And one of those places was Kintaro Ramen. And then upon arrival to Kintaro Ramen, we decided to get the Shio Ramen, which looked the most bomb. And then in the Shio Ramen, they actually had things like hard-boiled eggs, green onions, thick noodles, char-siu, which all of it looked really bomb. If you're ever in the area, definitely try it for sure. Okay, so we just wrapped up eating at Kintaro. It was extremely good. If anything, I would highly recommend anyone that goes into the city of Vancouver try this place because it was definitely something that was worth eating for sure. On a side note, I didn't get a haircut before coming to Vancouver, so I'm gonna wear this hat so I don't have to worry about that. So let's keep this rolling. Oh yeah. Woo. I'm gonna put subtitles, but this is lit. Stanley Park biking, yo. Biking along the seawall of Stanley Park was definitely an experience for sure. And I was just genuinely surprised by how beautiful everything looks. Just look at these views right over here. It's just so stunning to say the least. So if you're ever in the area, definitely bike along the seawall for sure. One thing is for certain, when you come to Stanley Park, you definitely have to see the totem poles. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it. Alright, so we just have our bikes locked over here and we just went to the washroom for a bit, but I must say, Vancouver is definitely dope for sure. Stanley Park is lit and I'm definitely looking forward to more. Okay, so we have reached the apex of Stanley Park, which is absolutely insane. And I believe the name of it is the Lionsgate Bridge. Now, let me turn the camera around right now. If you do plan on biking the full route, be prepared because it's definitely not easy. There's a massive uphill going towards the top part of Stanley Park, which I definitely would not underestimate. Now, let me ask Carolyn, was this hike or bike really hard?
It was pretty easy in the first half, and then I don't know if it's even half. Once we got started going uphill, we had to start walking.
It was that bad. It was that hard. So trust me, be prepared when you come up here. Okay, basically she's saying if you're an experienced biker, it might be okay, but we're definitely not that, so be prepared. So for this area, Stanley Park, you would classify it as the upper left portion. Now that's when the bike ride actually got way easier, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm so thankful to also see this amazing view as well. And in a second, I'm actually going to show you this perspective right here. And it's like a little platform where you can see the view from another angle, and here's me braking. sure if you can hear me. I'll put subtitles for this part specifically. But the other half of the way down from Stanley Park is way easier. It's straight up downhill. So this part is no problem at all. So after biking, we decided to go to Chinatown. And the one weird thing I noticed is that Vancouver and Montreal have this little entrance thingy, but Toronto doesn't. Okay, yo, like I mentioned before, we compiled a list of different food places we want to eat in Vancouver, and Chinatown Barbecue is definitely one of those places for sure. And in this restaurant, it kind of specializes in stuff like barbecue pork. For sure, they have like duck and stuff too. So we gave the barbecue pork a try. It was pretty good and the presentation was really nice, but I'll be honest, Konjikun is a little better, but overall, I still enjoyed the experience, so it's definitely worth checking out. Yo, so right after Chinatown, we checked out the signature Gastown clock tower, and that was really cool in itself. So here comes the music now. One thing to note is that in Gastown, they had a Herschel flagship store. I'm not sure if it's a flagship store. And I'm also not sure if Herschel's from Vancouver or not, but it was definitely cool to see. Also, Gastown is such a nice place. Definitely check it out if you have a chance for sure. After Gastown, we went to this really cool area where you see the Canada Place. And then afterwards, we just went inside, which I'll show you now. Alright, so I had to switch to the beanie because it was getting a little colder and the front brim of my hat was getting in the way of my vision. So the beanie actually makes it easier for me to see things. And so currently at this time right now, we're at the Ontario Place and currently just walking around. Possibly we'll walk towards the Pacific Center and maybe go in the directions of Robinson Square in Vancouver Art Gallery and the library. So with that being said, we'll see what happens. We have just arrived at the Vancouver Public Library, and I'll tell you right now, this place is huge. It's crazy massive and there's so many floors. I think there's up to, how many floors are there? Yeah, Carolyn said there's 9 different floors that you can explore and go through. Let me just show you one example. From this point of view, you can literally see countless amount of different floors. Just all these people studying. And then there's even more floors up there. The sheer scale of this place is super insane. After the library, you stop by a place called Taco Fino, obviously specializing in Mexican food in Yaletown. And I can say for certain, it was super good. So you definitely have to check it out if you can. Yo, good morning. So it is day 2 in Vancouver, and one thing I can say for sure is I definitely see why this place is called Raincouver, because the vast majority of this trip is most likely going to be filled in rain. And I want to ask Carolyn, Carolyn, what do you think of the trip so far?
It's good. It's really nice. I love going to Stanley Park. You got the water, the city, the mountains, everything.
It's definitely different than Toronto for sure. Being more connected with nature, the air, etc. Very, very fun. We're walking towards Japadog, so we'll see you guys there. Okay, so as you have just seen, we have arrived at Japadog. And Carolyn, what did we get?
We got the tonkatsu, yakisoba, and wagyu.
So we're just waiting for the food right now, and we'll see it very shortly, so we'll see it soon. As previously mentioned before, these are the 3 options that we decided to take today. One thing's for sure, I'm very excited. Let's do this. Right across over there is going to be Granville Island Public Market. So we took the Aqua Bus across over there, and it costed us $3 per ride. Round trip, a total of $12. So in my opinion, it's definitely worth it. Okay, so we just popped into Granville Market, and of course we're gonna go to Lee's Donuts as a first place destination. So with that being said, we got the honey dip on the bottom left corner, and then on the bottom right corner, I believe that's a raspberry based donut, and then on the top right we have a matcha donut. One of my favorites, we got the strawberry sprinkled donut, so we're definitely gonna enjoy this for sure. So we decided to head over to UBC, as you can clearly see over here. And I thought UBC was a really nice school, probably one of the top nicest looking schools in all of Canada, in my honest opinion. Afterwards, we went to the Asian Center and chilled for a bit and then charged our phones. Status update this time. We are at the UBC Asian Center. I'm whispering because it is extremely quiet in here. It's more so a library with Asian heritage books in itself. UBC so far was super nice. We're going to kill some time by charging our phones here until we go to the UBC Museum of Anthropology later today, which I'll be showing you fairly soon. Yo, as you can see, this is the UBC Museum of Anthropology, and inside it's honestly the sickest place ever. Every Thursday it's actually $10 per person after 5 p.m. So it's definitely something Carolyn and I want to take advantage of for sure. So as you can clearly see, there's so many cool different indigenous artifacts and just historical artifacts and art pieces that you could see throughout the museum. So if you're ever in the area, in my honest opinion, go ahead and check it out for sure, especially on a Thursday night. This is something that you're honestly not going to regret for sure. Definitely worth the visit. Yo, so we're walking by and we saw this little turtle thing with the bird on top, and honestly it looks so sick, so check it out. Yo. Okay, so this is the part we finished off with the UBC Museum of Anthropology, and boy, I have a story for you guys for sure. Okay, so Toshi sushi was definitely delicious for sure. If you're ever in the Vancouver area, I would highly recommend it. It's just along the main street there. What happened before was so crazy. Coming from the Museum of Anthropology, we had to find a way to Toshi sushi really fast just because it closed at 8:30 and we want to be able to make it. When we were at the museum, it was something like 7 or 6:30, so we had to give ourselves time from UBC campus all the way to the restaurant, which is a decent amount of distance. The only way to be able to do that was to use the Evo car sharing service, which we ended up doing anyways, but getting to the car was about a 10-minute walk, and that was a disaster. So we had to basically speed walk our way about 10 minutes to the car. Finding car shares in that area was kind of hard in the first place, and then out of nowhere I get like a water damage sign on my phone because there was just so much flipping rain on the outside, and then my phone starts to get really wet and I'm not able to charge it. And then at that point we get the car and then my phone runs out of battery, and then I don't know what to do because the only way to end the trip is to end it on the app. I was able to start the trip, I had battery before, but I ran out of battery after in the middle of the trip, so I had no choice but to get Carolyn's phone, download the app, arrive at the location and end the trip. And then at first my phone wasn't working when I was in the restaurant, so the videos that you just saw were from Carolyn's iPhone. And then afterwards, the next morning, my phone managed to work and everything was okay, but definitely a story for the books for sure, and I thought I'd share it because it's part of the vlog anyways. Yeah, let's just move on to the next part of the vlog. Good morning. We have arrived at Brecca Coffee. It is the next day and I obviously got myself a nice iced Americano. You're probably asking yourself, what the heck, it's so freaking cold outside, why would you get an iced Americano? Well, I want it because I want it, so that's why I got it. Nonetheless, yesterday was definitely a memory for the books, and by now I've probably explained it to you, and let's see what Carolyn got. Carolyn, what did you get?
I got a Black Forest mocha.
Do you like it too?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, so with that being said, let's move on to the next segment of the vlog. At this time, we have just arrived at, I believe it's pronounced Longsdale Quay or Quay, and behind me you have the market, which we'll go inside shortly, but I think the main thing that I'm seeing right now, which is incredible in person, is this. Holy flippin' heck, you can see the Vancouver skyline from this part of the area, and zoom in there. One thing's for certain, it's definitely nice. Alright, this is the market that was on the inside. So there was a lot of construction going on and not a lot of places were open because we were in the morning, so I'd definitely check it out during the afternoon. Okay, so this is the entrance to the Lynn Canyon Suspension Bridge, and everything about this area was absolutely stunning for sure. Just look up above, it's honestly breathtaking. Alright, so we got to the Lynn Canyon area, as you can see here, and unexpectedly there's actually just a cafe right over here. Like when I was watching the different YouTube videos, it made it seem like there was no washrooms or anything in such matter, so I'm quite surprised to see that for sure. If you take a look at this side too, wow, simply put, just beautiful for sure. So right after you pass the Lynn Canyon Suspension Bridge, which was very cool by the way, you're leaded to several different trails that you can walk, and these typically average around maybe 2 to 4 kilometers a piece. So right now that's exactly what we're doing, and we'll give you an update later. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Lynn Canyon Park map, and where we left off was right here at the suspension bridge, which is just over here. And so we made our way a little upwards, and we're gonna head towards the 30-foot pull, and then afterwards we're gonna make our way gradually down all the way to the Twins Bridge over here, and then afterwards we'll just see what we'll do, and then we'll go from there. This right here is the 30-foot pool I was mentioning before, and honestly it was so stunning. The color of the water was so majestic, and I definitely want to go back for sure. We actually have fire Instagram pics that we want to post, so we're deciding when to post it. Alright, so we pulled up to a place called Crystal Mall, and you're thinking, bruh, you have like Markham, why would you go to Crystal Mall? Well, familiarity is also a very good thing, so we decided to pop by here, eat some reliable food that'll probably be good, so that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, so this right here is called a Singaporean laksa. It was probably one of the most delicious things I've ever tasted. There was another place on Main Street in Vancouver that we wanted to originally go to, but we didn't have time for it, so we just went here instead. Yo, the SkyTrain is so much cooler than the TTC, to be honest. But anyways, back to breaking now. I just want to share a little quick opinion about the jam too. You just saw a few clips of me breaking. It was really dope. It was just super tiring because we had like a whole trip that we had planned out with the itinerary. And then I decided to go to this jam last minute, not being able to practice as much as I normally do. I did one round. I didn't do too nicely. Like, I know I can perform a lot better, even from like a mid-average b-boy level. So I didn't actually share that clip, but for the future, I'm actually just gonna train more optimally and then be able to perform at the next jam a lot better. So with that being said, let's just continue to the next portion of the vlog. So yeah, let's do it. Yo, it is the next morning. So last night I went to a breaking jam and that went okay. I probably have shown clips from that by now. And with that being said, we are here today in Chinatown. And the first thing I want to show you guys is this specific building right here. It looks like it's straight out of Ip Man, and that is super cool. If you just keep going down that road, there's a pretty decent amount of homeless people. So in my opinion, I would definitely stray away from that. Now with that being said, where we're actually going for today is here. And you can't really see it that well, but it's going to be the Sun Yat-Garden, so we'll show you that now. So from my understanding, Dr. Sun Yat-sen was a historical feature in Chinese history, and they dedicated this garden just for him, so I thought it was really cool to mention that as well. Alright, so right when you enter the garden, it's absolutely beautiful for sure. Slight construction, but really it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna switch the angle so you can see that top house there. Now I guess it's not necessarily a house, so to speak. It's more of like a cover area, but oh my goodness, it's so nice looking. And a nice detail I instantly noticed too is that it's quite cool in the fall as the leaves start to change color. In my opinion, it gives more character to the whole area, but we'll keep going. So everything about this place was super cool in my honest opinion, and they even offered us tea. Just check it out right here. So how it works is you grab the tea for free. You're only allowed to drink the tea in this room specifically. You dispose of the cup and then you just leave afterwards. And then right after this clip, I'm going to show you this garden right over here, and it's actually the garden that's free and available for everyone else. So we paid for the one on the other side. Right afterwards, we headed to a place called Tenden Kohaku, and they specialize in tempura, as you can see right here. It was honestly so delicious. Just expect to pay a little more for it, but honestly, it's worth it in my opinion. So we stumbled upon the Vancouver Science Center, and honestly that was really cool to see for sure. But we actually came for another reason, which is this place right over here, and they specialize in things like chocolates and desserts, and it was really yummy. Of course I got an Americano because this was my segue and perfect chance to be able to do that. We visited the Olympic Village too with super nice views and things like that. Then we went to the Richmond Public Market, which is super interesting to see because we wanted to explore Asian communities outside Toronto, so it's exactly what we did in this video now. We actually went to another Asian mall called the Arbidine Center, and it was located in Richmond as well. And I was so shocked because I thought P Mall was big, but this place is like twice as big. And this place is filled with so many different Asian stores, so it's definitely surprising for sure. Alright, so after exploring Richmond for a bit, that was extremely fun. Now we decided to go to Ramen. Carolyn, what was the name of the restaurant again?
Ramen Danbo.
Okay, so we're currently going to Ramen Dambo, but as we arrived at the place, turns out that we have to wait for about, forgot how long again?
It's like 60 to 80-minute wait.
So on a normal basis, you would think, God damn it, that's a really long time. But for us, we're not that hungry, so that's actually really good news. And we went to the Kitsilano location. So with that being said, we can actually look around the area, see what's cool about it, let us know if there's a table ready for us, and then we're good to go. So it's a win-win situation. So we're gonna do that now. So the ramen was definitely delicious for sure. I would highly recommend it, but it was pretty cool how you could see the history of the actual restaurant itself over here. And then you could see all the several locations that they have, including Canada. Okay, so it's actually a few days after the events of the vlog. As you can see, everything went pretty smoothly. We landed pretty safely from Vancouver to Toronto. No delays or anything in such matter. And we actually had a seat in between us so we could stretch our legs and things like that. And that was super nice. But as you saw in the previous clips too, we had a bite at Greenhorn Cafe. And then the three of us, including my cousin, ordered some Eggs Benedicts. And that was super duper yummy. And I would definitely go back if I ever had the chance. And honestly, with that being said, I think that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for sure. And I'll be back. I'm actually heading over to New York pretty soon, so I'm probably gonna vlog for that. So be on the lookout for that. And yo, peace.